Greetings, YouTube. Today I thought I'd do a quick RPG resource video because there's a number of sites I've encountered over the last couple of days that I thought would be useful to the role-playing community here on YouTube. The first is from someone's gaming blog, which is called Stuffed Crocodile, and it is the list of RPG companies, and this is the list of existing, currently active companies with the acknowledgement that this is biased towards the English-speaking world. It is not complete, however. In fact, I gave the author of this article, this list, the contact information for Outland Arts, the people that produced the Mutant Epoch game, because he did not have it in this list. And rather than just being a list of companies, this has the company and it also has their contact information, their address, and website, and where applicable, phone number. So you could actually find the information you need to contact a gaming company from this list. And he's going to throw in Outland Arts when he gets the next update done. A number of people have made suggestions to him, and he's made at least one update so far. So I thought it might be of use to role players as a resource. Also, the possibility that you could go to one of these companies you've never heard of and find something you've never seen before, which is always cool. Speaking of cool, the next is called the Cool List, Cool Last Name, which is it's a hand-picked list of 30,000 names out of more than 500,000, so we easily find the perfect last name for a character. Now, some of these are whimsical. For example, there's one in here that's like Oldsmobile, I think, which would be perfectly applicable, I think, in a post-apocalyptic game. So don't completely discount one if you were thinking this is only applicable to the modern era. And there's one in here which is Stonebender, perfectly acceptable for a fantasy setting. But this would be not only useful just to give names, but also to kind of shake up the way you're thinking and to allow you to come to at a character from a different direction. Maybe you want to start with the name. How did this family end up with that name? And see where that takes you. You can never tell where the kernel for an idea will come from. I did a video about spoons. And then we have the last one I have today is the list of baronetcies in the Baronetcy of England. This is a list of baronetcies in the Baronetcy of England. The first baronetcy was created in 1611. The Baronetcy of England has replaced by the Baronetcy of Great Britain in 1707. This group is not currently complete. For a more complete list, check here. But what's nice about this, for example, we'll go to B, the Backhouse of London, which is surname Backhouse, which is extinct. It went extinct in 1669. Then we have the Bacon of Mildenhall, which is extant, which merged with the Baronet Bacon of Redgrave in 1755. So this is just rife with ideas for locations and for family names, and a lot of these would just make wonderful British bad guys. It just really is some great names in here. You literally could make up this stuff. It would be hard to come up with some of the things that are as absurd as some of the things actually in this list. So again, this would be an idea generator and useful both for a GM and a player. And one thing I think is nice here on the right column, it says peerages and baronetcies of Britain and Ireland. These are the actual titles. So we have dukes and dukedoms, marquesses and marquesatus, earls and earldoms, viscount and viscountesses, barons and baronies, baronets and baronetcies. Excuse me. And I wasn't aware that Earl was an active title. I always considered Earl to be more of a Scandinavian thing, but apparently it is used in the Great Britain as well, which I thought was kind of nice. And of course, above Duke, you have things like the prince and princesses, and of course the king or queen. So if you'd like to keep things with a kind of a European flavor for a fantasy setting, those are all solid titles to use, and they're ones I myself have used in the past, like Viscounts and Viscountesses and the Marquis and Marquesa, things like that. So these are things that I've used in the past, and I thought that all this stuff would be useful to you here on YouTube. So check them out. See if you tell me if you think you might find them useful, and throw in some links or send at least the names of sites that you might you use on a regular basis that other people might want to also have access to. I realize that sometimes when you put links in the actual body of your reply, it can get flagged for spam. I do check my spam filters every day. So if you do throw a link in there and it gets flagged, don't panic if you don't see it immediately. I will probably get it to the next day or so, and if it's a legitimate link, I will approve it, and it should eventually pop into the comments themselves. So let's share some stuff.